Okay. So now actually कोई टेबल टॉप पोस्ट मास्टर का डे नहीं है और किस मस्ट है टेबल टॉप मस्ट है जूनियर टीम में किसी का एक था जो बाकी था
TTM 2 है ना? TTM 2 है ना?
TTM में नहीं
फिर
जूनियर टीम को पूछो वो लोग ये टॉपिक्स ले आए हैं इन लोगों को पूछो
Very good evening to all. It's very pleasant to see good attendance after a long time. So very welcome. We have a few announcements to start with. First of all, the junior team we have selected. So I would like to introduce them to you. So if junior team can come. So this is the junior team we have selected. I would like to say it is always relative. On some parameters, these people perform better than you. All are good, but these people perform better. So we have this team, and we will be continuously even evaluating them. We have a total team of seven people in the end. So we need 2 more. So in the end, we will have a final selection. That will be based on your performance, attendance, and we will keep monitoring each one of you as well as that. So you can introduce.
Hi, I am Akriti Sehgal.
Hi, I am Bhavani Khanna.
Anirban.
Sonal. Swapna Singh.
Next, I would like to reiterate that we have a reimbursement policy this time. So if you clear the certificate level of the competent communicator, it is a level 5, and that will be just by us, level 6. Till level 6, that will be just by us, as well as mentored by Shweta Kaushal. We have a faculty associated with us. So you will be getting half of your fee reimbursed. That is, the director has agreed to this proposal. So I would like to reiterate, so you can spread this thing and keep participating. it's a place where you can actually enjoy and get rid of the regular mundane routine that you have. We get to know each other, and we have impromptu, very special themes we have every time. Just like this time, we have Sail Smart. So you can enjoy it. It's a 1 hour session. So it's value adding for you. Start the session. So these are some of the rules. I am the TM of the day. TTM is Vani Khanna, and we have speech evaluator Akshi, then speech evaluator impromptu Anirban, our counter Swapna, grammarian Sujitra, timer Sanket. And so we'll start with the session. Paid speeches we have Amal. Before that we have the grammarian. I will request grammarian to give the word of the day. You can come and read. So you use this word and you get some brownie points that way. So you can start.
Rahul, 1 second. Just check if everyone is present or not. Just check if everyone is present or not in the roles.
Akshay, general values. Akshay is there. Akshay.
Akshay Agarwal.
General values. Anyone will take that role? Someone interested in it?
Srishti, yes.
Right, spelling.
SRISHTI. SRISHTI. The first letter.
Our counter. Swapna is in.
Yeah.
And then grammarian. Timer Sanket.
Can you sound?
A very good evening to all of you. Today I stand before you to tell you about something that I happened to come across and read. It's a poem called Modern Life by Kalki Koechlin. Yes, the actress. It's funny how actresses aren't dumb blondes anymore, and this poem can really make you think. Suddenly, this poem makes clear how corporates run the world, and it can make you angry and also stand in awe at the same time. Now, I apologize for reading out most of the poem, but I couldn't learn it by heart. So here is the opening stanza, which will definitely catch your attention and also encourage you to read on. Modern Lives, Kalki Koechlin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Modern Life Airlines. Thank you for choosing to fly with us. We know that you have other options, but thank you for your trust and faith in us. We will do our best possible to ensure you do not get bored and you have the best online shopping experience on our flight. Before we take off, please be aware that modern life is sponsored by boxes. Without boxes, there would be utter chaos. So do pay attention to our safety demonstration, once again sponsored by boxes. I would like all of you to locate your nearest box down the aisle. In case of emergency, the lights will light up and guide you to the nearest box. Remember to leave all your personal belongings behind, especially your purses and wallets. We will take care of them if you please. When you reach the box, slowly step inside, close the lid tight, and leave the rest to us. Yes, my friends, and this is how this poem starts off, making you think about firstly, why did she choose airlines? Now, not very long back, airlines was something that only a few people could afford. It was a luxury, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And here we know how much we trust the corporates to hand our lives over to them, our choices, our money, everything, and that too willingly. The boxes sell Coca-Cola, Colgate, other toothbrushes, toothpastes, kettles, ovens, fridges, every size, every range, and one for every age. Marriage is also being sold, and that too with divorce with half the price put in. Love is being sold with a perfect package of pitter-pattering raindrops, the sunsets, mildly dim lights, and also Hallmark cards. God comes in 5 ranges: orthodox, radical, cult, communal, and fanatical. Loans, debts, fees, you name it, and they have it. And in case you don't want anything, they have the finest offer ever, the 5-star hotel, complete with a Cadillac car at your service, those attended waitresses, and also complimentary breakfast, all that jazz. Now here is a stanza that I again took in from the poem when the person keeps on saying that he doesn't want anything. Is that still a no, sir? No box at all? Fine. But if we do have an emergency and you've got no box to get into, we will not take responsibility. Now the cabin lights dim off, and obviously there are just 2 options you have: either read a book or go to sleep. Now if you want to read a book, they sell the bestsellers, and if you want to go to sleep, there are pillows that will give you dreams, surprises, ones with scented oil, and also ones to muffle your troubles with. It's morning, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Would you like some toothpaste? Some makeup? Oh wait, you have those beauty standards to match up to. Yes, I'll get you lipstick. It's okay if you don't brush your teeth. If you want children, they are selling children's. One that can work for you, toil away in factories, or ones that can fight the war for you. Ones that look good and sell insurance, and also ones that can be used for human trafficking. Thank you for flying. Thank you for all your money. Thank you for all your time. That's all that is to Modern Life Airlines. Thank you.
Very nice speech. A lot of meaning hidden behind the speech. The Modern Life. So we don't have any more prepared speeches nominations. So anyone would like to give the icebreaker? Anyone interested? Tell about yourself. That's it. And that is we are preparing for.
Already did.
You did? I'm asking others. Those who are not done. Who wants to come? So we move on then.
everyone, I'm Anupama. Sorry, I have a low voice, so I think you people will hear me. So I'll start with telling about myself that I was born in Delhi, and I stayed 5 years in Delhi of my early childhood, and I was the most less naughty kids you people have seen around. I mean, the silent kids around. I just hate in sport. I just hate sports. I'll tell one thing about my school days. What used to happen was we had a large playground in Delhi. So what happened was you had to, just ran across the field and just come back. So I was so bad in sports, like when I used to cross the field and reach there, and I used to look back, and my friends have already reached the other side of the field. I mean, I was that kind of bad in sports. So at the age of 6, I came to Kolkata. I was brought up there, and I had a good school life, good schooling, and in my whole life, I was very much worried about my career. First, I wanted to become a doctor, which eventually didn't happen because then I saw the other people around me, and everyone wanted to actually become a doctor. So I dropped that idea. Next, I wanted to become an IPS officer, but then I didn't grow tall, so I dropped that idea again. And I remember in class 9 around, I wanted to become a lawyer, and I wanted to take arts. But as happens in a middle class family, and everyone was like discouraging me, don't take arts ever, you don't have any future there and all. So I dropped that idea again, and I just eventually landed up to become an engineer, which was the worst decision ever in my life, because when I eventually went to an engineering college, I couldn't understand anything, practically anything in my 4 years of college life. I would like to share something. I think that was like in my first year, we had a subject called engineering drawing, and it was so difficult for me. Especially like people used to come and tell me like, you see this cube, you see the top view of it, and you see the bottom view of it. And every time I looked at it, I just saw the cube. I mean, I couldn't see any other view of it. So that was the worst part of my life in these 4 years. But yes, I got spoiled. That was the best part. I did all the naughtiest things around. I went to discos. I enjoyed with my friends. I never slept. I only slept. I made it mandatory to sleep during the class. I mean, all that we used to be like, we stayed in our hostels, and closing time was 10 o'clock. And every single day I remember, I used to come running and tell the guard, sir, aaj allow kar dijiye, sir. Aaj, is bar last time, sir, aur kabhi nahi hoga. So every time it happened like that, and guard nahi maata, haan, beta, tum chali jao. Tumko kya bolna, tum to waise bhi late aati ho. So it was like that. So my college life got well, and in my 4th year I realized that I have to do something in my life, because it will end up with nothing. I mean, I will end up with a job where I don't really love what I do. So I got a job in Mu Sigma, but thankfully I did a good scoring in my CAT, and yeah, I got a job in. I won't flaunt that, but still I was in the almost. I got a job. I didn't go for the final round. I was till the final rounds of Google. So don't clap, please. So it was like I didn't go for the final round. It was I had to go to Bangalore and give the interview. So then I cracked CAT, and I gave 4 interviews. Kozhikode, Lucknow, and Indore. Indore was the worst interview. Trust me, I entered, and the interviewer asked me 2 questions. Draw a graph. Oh, I'll tell the interviewer's name. S.K. Ghosh. And PGP chair. So PGP chair was silent. He was smiling. I didn't know why he was smiling. I looked funny perhaps, and S.K. Ghosh started grilling me. And he didn't grill me actually. He asked me 2 questions. Draw the graph of y equals to 1 by x. I drew. Who is the governor of West Bengal? I said. And he said, okay, go. 5 seconds interview. And I came out and I asked everyone, is there something wrong with me? 5 seconds interview, man, who does that? And yes, I got selected, I don't know how. And here I am alone. doing perhaps what I want to do. And yes, I'll end my speech. So,
Fantastic speech actually. When you speak frankly and bring the things from which are very like just over here, it's very good. And actually, I would like to recall our experiences. Like in B2B class, our professor was saying, what we do all life is selling ourselves. And selling ourselves starts with introspecting and telling about yourself. So that's a very good thing. So anyone else want to have a icebreaker? Should we move? So we'll move with the impromptu, and I will invite one TTM of the day. One she will take it.
As we all know that midterms are coming around, so in IIM Indore, hard work does not pay. I guess all of you must be aware of that. So you have to do your work smartly, and that's the theme of the day: sales smart. So for that, what we're going to do is we are going to show you pictures, 3 pictures in one slide, and you have 30 seconds to think about them. You have to connect the 3 pictures and build up a story and narrate it. You will have 1 minute time to narrate. So let's get started. Be as creative as you can because creativity counts. Okay, so for the first one we have Shikha, I guess. Shrishti is taken off the board, right?
It's fine.
It's okay. He can participate.
Shrishti, please come.
How, I mean, what's the time? Good evening, everybody. Possibly this is the worst story ever that you're gonna listen today because I'm a bad storyteller and also bad with creativity. But let's give it a try. So, you have 2 roads in front of you. The first thing that strikes me, the poem which most of us have done, The Road Not Taken. So it's actually a very, philosophical poem which, drives you to, think. If you take one option, you have to forgive the other. But let's come up with a brilliant idea and tell the poet that, no, actually, if you act smart, you can take both the roads. Not technically, yeah, but you could know what both the roads have in end for you. So Srishti once was traveling, going out with friends, and then suddenly got lost. And then I happened to encounter 2 roads which bifurcated. I did not know what to do. So, after contemplating, after having all the ideas in my mind, one of all the ideas is a yellow bright idea, which I finally chose to abide by. And the idea was, let's assume this is a hypothetical situation and Srishti is nobody with normal human abilities. Srishti, to begin with, is a person endowed with a lot of supernatural powers because as a young girl, she was, given 3 powers, and so she decides to use the first power today when she's actually confused about the road she needs to take. So she calls upon this person, this rabbit, which was given to her as a, given to her by a genie as a gift, and this rabbit could fulfill one of your wishes whenever you need. So Srishti decides to call up this rabbit, and this rabbit, I just decide to call up this rabbit, and then the rabbit is obviously late because Srishti is not a very good master. So the rabbit is very confused, very perplexed, and almost late. He runs, and she decides that while Srishti will be taking one road, the rabbit will travel the other road for her. And at the end, both of us meet, and the rabbit will actually narrate the whole story and the whole experience that went on the other road. So technically, I did not miss any of the experiences, and finally used my first wish, which was granted to. Srishti is ISO. Srishti as a young child for being a good girl.
Thank you, Srishti. That was such an innovative one.
I'm bad with stories.
Okay, the next we have is Shikha.
Hello everyone, I'm Shikha. As we know that midterms are appearing, so this is exactly what it predicts. Here, this little girl is someone who sits in the leftmost corner of my classroom, who's actually married since the last 2 years, but it doesn't appear so. The other one is one of my other friends sitting on the opposite side, and the third guy sits right in the middle, is also known as the jackal of our class, i.e. the CR. And the guy running behind him is Jason. So, basically how it happened was that Jessima, as we all know, he keeps telling us lots of things, lots of tidbits about lots of other advertisements that are not very relevant to what is going on, but yeah, it does help us develop an insight. And at the end, as we all know, nothing comes from that, it's all cotton. So as Jessima was telling us that, okay, do this pre-reads, HBR, this, that, okay, check out all these. And all of us poor little kids, we were just running away. Then we went on to the sunset point. We thought, okay, let us have a little relaxed time, let us, just sit, enjoy the cool wind, and we'll continue studying later at a place which never sleeps. So as we were sitting at the sunset point, and we kept on chatting, and we never realized that it got morning already. And then we thought, okay, let us go for a walk. So we went down that little lane around from where we had an impeccable view, and we came down to the sports complex. Then there was little construction going on at the sports complex, and we poor little kids, we thought, okay, let us make up as much of our time as we can. So we had our books along. So we sat there and we started reading. And then it started drizzling a little bit. So we thought, okay, let us enjoy the weather. It's okay, anyways, half an hour, it's not a big deal. So we sat in, and in no time, it started filling up. And then later we realized it was actually a site where a lake was supposed to be made. And then that site was dug up since the last 3 years. And finally, our presence had made the lake complete.
That's very interesting, Shikha. Okay, the next on the chart is Abhishek Kumar.
Hi everybody, I am Abhishek. I will start from this peak of Bullock Cart. What I can guess from here is a person from a village comes to the city for the better prospects of his or her life. and he has all the good times in his village, nothing to do, and all roaming here and there, enjoying life. Then he comes to city, and after having 2 or 3 days in the city, he wanted to get some job. So he got some of the appointments for his interview, and he has just become a part of crowd, and the situation was totally so different from what he had come from. Like it was all very scantily populated, his village. Then here the population density is like anything, so much competition, and life is running so fast, and he is getting rejected in interview, and then going for an interview on and on, and so these car represents his indefinite struggle for getting a job, and getting a good established position in the city. That's all.
Thank you. Nobody's using water today. What's wrong, guys? Come on, back up. Okay, now we have 2 empty slots. Anyone who likes to take up this? Come on, this is challenging and interesting too. Okay.
So dear friends, these 3 pictures, they actually sum up a little bit of my previous life and my life after coming to IIM. You see, before I came here, life was all good. Whatever you worked hard for, you got. You were famous in college for not the actual reasons. But after coming here, you see, you have so many things to do. You have academics, you have whatever you have, you're not into sports that much. But you have academics, you have competitions, you have life projects, all that politics, all that backstabbing, everything happened, and look, my graph went down. So now, I came across, so I was reading these cases. Sometimes some cases can really inspire you. And one case said, the best way to go about doing anything is, you got to think strategically, but you have to act primitively. You will not understand this exactly right now, but you will understand it at least after like 5 or 6 years. And that's what's going to make me a good teacher, because there is another saying which says that a good teacher's mark is whatever he teaches you will not understand immediately. It will take 5-10 years. So I'm trying to force that tag onto myself. So once you learn how to implement these 2 pillars of success given by some XYZ person in some XYZ case, which is real, you will slowly begin to develop. And you will come to realize that there are more important things than just doing some life project or some competition, but it will lead you to success. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
That's well summed up, Prashant. Okay, we have another slot left. Anyone who would like to take this? Come on, have that spirit. It's not that tough, it's pretty easy.
It's interesting.
You have your midterms around, you have to act smartly. Why not give it a try here?
Thank you.
Okay.
everyone. I'll try to relate these three pictures to the story of my life. Well, this is how I grew up playing football or fighting with everyone, slowly learning and enjoying my school time. I had dreams. I had many dreams while growing up. So this shows my dreams. I'll conquer the world. I'll jump here and there and whatnot. So I had many big ambitions. So one of the big ambitions was to get an MBA degree. So I thought I'll do this while in my MBA, I'll do that in my MBA. So I started preparing for CAT. And then ultimately I got through IIM Indore. And here the competition was like that, just like shown in the picture. Everyone is studying, everyone is into their books. So this is how I would like to, I just can't. So this is how I relate the story of my life from a very enjoyable and playful life to studying 24 hours. Thank you.
We're almost done now. Now we have a fun activity for you guys. There's this a word out here which has been jumbled up. You have to make as many words as you can in a minute. Let's see who will.
All the letters?
Yeah, no, not all the letters. Minimum 3. Okay, your time starts now. Minimum 3 letters. Okay, time's up. Who ended with the most words? Your count? 4,
8,
7,
9,
11, 12,
13.
13.
We want to go.
Okay. Let's start with the 13 ones. Let's see if they've missed out on anything. Words, please.
Heart, pay, foot, hip.
Okay. Please write.
Has come twice.
Ramon.
I'm so surprised you did not
Add
have the
giant.
words. Okay, any other word?
Triumph. All
Apart
the
from that.
Trip.
Hum.
Hum.
Hum. Hum.
Trim.
It is done.
Rip.
Ah,
Any other word?
Actually, request
Up, it.
Okay, the main motive behind this exercise was that alone anyone was not able to find out all the words. It was just the collective effort that we could come up to such a huge collection of words. So that's what the goal of Toastmasters is, to combine the skills of each and every person and then contribute to it and reach to that higher potential that we are able of achieving, but we are not because we're not contributing as a group. So the lesson is that please turn up for the session. It's really important because that way you will learn, we'll learn, and we'll all progress together. So now I invite the Toastmaster today for the event.
We will proceed with the evaluation, but I will have again insights to share. I think this is one of the best sessions that I have witnessed. I would like to thank the new team, the team behind the impromptu. So, a big round of applause for the team. It was actually fantastic, actually engaging. What the differentiating factor I witnessed is the thing which is very close to us, the coming, that is exams we have, and they exactly hit the, what do you say, the pain point. The exams and the theme aligned with that. So everyone was excited. They also come up with this collective thing and message they gave. So it's very good. I think they are taking the sessions to the next level. That's very good actually. And we hope for such collective efforts in the future. So now we will start with the evaluations. First is the speech evaluator prepared speech. Start with
Good evening, everybody. I'm the speech evaluator for prepared speeches. So, beginning with Amal, their topic was modern life poem, and your speech was level 2. So, motive of level 2 speech is generally to organize and to organize the speech in a certain sequence level. So, from that point of view, your speech was good because you took help of poem, which helped you build in that sequence in your speech. So, with every stanza you explained and you put in your view, so in that way it was good, plus in aligning with the motive of level 2 speech. Other than that, your expressions were good, your eye contact was still there, but you couldn't make your eye contact with the first row and second row, so you can improve on that. You were just restricted to one place, so plus your poem was connecting and everybody could relate to the corporate life and ups and downs, which was really good in part of content, so you could use the space given to you, and your gestures were good, and your initial, how you started was really good, but you had long pauses maybe because of the paper you were seeing through, so overall it was good, but you can improve on eye contact and using the space for the route. Now next was Anupma. Your speech was icebreaker, level 1 speech, and it was as if you were on the, you were spontaneous, so it was good. Really good in that way, frank. You were smiling all the time, and which really connected the audience well. And you were natural. You, in the content part, you used all your possible aspirations you wanted to be, and very good, valid justification to support that. The eye contact was good, and however your space you could utilize more effectively. Overall, it was a frank speech, and yeah, you can just improve on gestures and space utilization. Thank you.
Now we will have the timer Sanket.
So we had 2 prepared speeches and 5 impromptu speeches. First prepared by Amal, she took 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Second was by Anupama, she took 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Then for impromptu speeches, Srishti, to think about the topic, she took 40 seconds and she went a little overboard, 2 minutes 35 seconds for her speech. Then Shikha, she took 34 seconds to think, and her speech was 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. The next one was Abhishek. He thought very quickly in 20 seconds, and his speech was also 1 minute and 47 seconds. Vishal took exactly 30 seconds to think, and his speech was 1 minute and 42 seconds. Sanchit, he took 28 seconds to think about the topic, and his speech was really short, 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Let's now invite our countess over.
Actually, myself, I'm starting my thing with I should not. But as for the prepared speech, the first one is Kamal. Her speech was very much prepared, hence the count was very, very low. It was just 6 for a 5 minute speech, which was very good. I would like you all to just clap for her. It's really important to minimize the use of a filler at the point. Next one, as for the Anupama, in respect to 5 minutes and some seconds, it was very high. I would say if you use the pauses, though I am not doing the same, but if you're thinking and using the pauses, it will minimize. It was 37 for you. In impromptu speeches, we had first Srishti, she was 11 with us. Shikha was only with 6. Abhishek was really high with 26 in compared for 2 minutes. I would say if you use pauses and go with slow, it will automatically reduce because he was good with the flow but very much high with the filler. Next one is Vishal. He was very appropriate. He used just 3 for a whole 2 minutes thing, so it was very good. As for Sanchit, it was only 3.
Next we have grammarian.
Good evening, everyone. Overall, the session was very much interesting. As if I look to the grammatical mistakes that were there, it was good, and some minor mistakes were there. Like you should be careful while using 2 or 3 adjectives at the same time together, and be a bit more careful about the tenses that you use. So overall, it was a good session.
Next we call upon the evaluator for the impromptu speech. Anirudh.
Okay, this was probably the best part of today's session. So I'll start with Shrishti. Okay, your picture cues were bunny, the light bulb, and then a fork in the forest. So you made an amazing connection with all the 3 pictures. You were referring to yourself in third person, which was quite striking and innovative. And you also mentioned about the road not taken, some reference to a poem. And overall, your body language looked very confident. You had made good eye contact, and your speech was crisp, and you made a good conclusion. So overall, it was a good speech. Next, we had Shikha. So the striking part in your speech was you did not take the conventional route. You did not imagine a set of travelers then who are being chased by zombies or ghosts and getting marooned on an island perhaps. You made a very innovative structure out of your speech when you related it to our regular curriculum, Professor Jaisima chasing us around. So overall, I'll say it exemplifies your strong sense of imagination, which is extremely good, and then you connected all the 3 pictures well. You had a very confident body language. You looked down a couple of times, but that was when you can improve your eye contact when you reach your entire audience. And the connection with the pictures were pretty literal. You drew parallels between the picture and the sunset point about the lake that is probably never going to get constructed. And apart from that, we just remember a few customs in Toastmasters. We do a handshake before we retire back to our teacher. So it was a good speech. We come to Abhishek Kumar next. So the most striking part of your speech was the metaphorical use of the distress in your lives and then connecting it to the traffic jam where you are heading nowhere, which was pretty good to think on the spot within 1 minute and 47 seconds. You started on time, you also ended on time. You took your speech was within the limited duration. You had good body language. The only thing was that you were shifting your weight from left to right, so probably that gave away your sense of nervousness. So the prescribed norm in this case is when you're nervous, think slowly take a moment to gather your thoughts, and then perhaps you can control over these external factors. For Vishal, I'll say yours was an extremely controlled start, gives the sign of a very veteran speaker. You connected the three cues really well. I mean, you even drew a metaphorical face when you